fun game, and with actually enhanced multiplayer that doesn't suck, it might be even more fun.
That's the other
Outbreak was
thing.
the one that was the PS2 multiplayer one, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
where you fought
Okay.
where you fought a zombified elephant.
Yeah,
It
I
was
think that was in File 2, though.
yeah, that
Still.
was the. To be honest, like
that
if
sounds fun.
since it's not going to be like a direct remake of Outbreak, they can just pull whatever and that'll be fine.
All right, I believe we're recording now because I heard my voice in the background because I had the tab open. Anyways, welcome back to Super Kingdom Hearts 0.0 Final Mix HD featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
You are cutting out quite a bit.
Uh,
Sorry.
I have no idea why. I don't know if it's with my mic.
You might want to check the sensitivity on Discord.
Discord sensitivity. This is a great way to start.
Oh yeah. Because if it's set to automatic, it might actually just disregard most of what you're saying.
Automatically determine input sensitivity?
Yeah, turn that off.
All right. Is it? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, I guess we'll just go with this and hope that it. This is a setting I didn't know existed. We'll see if it completely ruins everything.
Narrator. It proceeded to ruin everything.
Anyways,
Before we get started, I'd like to point out that I'm very disappointed that none of us are playing Dante from Devil May Cry.
I think that's the best part of the joke.
mm-hmm.
If we get to the end without Dante showing up, that will just be mwah, chef's kiss.
I make no promises.
No. All right, no, you don't have Dante. You have Dante. You only have the Dante from the reboot. Yes, the ultimate disappointment.
I was thinking about maybe pulling in Nero, but
I was going to say, don't include Dante, include Nero.
Yeah.
Or if you want to make me very happy, include V.
Yeah, just include everybody except Dante.
Because I, for one, really enjoy emaciated Adam Driver.
Yeah, I hear
V.
I hear V is very fun. I still need to play 5 set.
Yeah, we did a round robin with it. It was great. Manda played as Nero, Zach played as Dante, and I played as V.
That's awesome. Anyways, we have a game last I checked.
Allegedly. Let the record
Allegedly.
show.
So who wants to do recap? What happened last time?
I blew up a small amount of an airport. Just a little bit. Just a tip. We arrived in Zootopia. We were not intercepted necessarily, but Judy Hopps and Fox douchebag showed up and essentially were already kind of in the loop over what was going on in the city. That heartless or weird stuff had been happening. I can't remember precisely how we got the leads to these locations. But
You did stuff with them. Carmelita Fox told you about kidnappings. You looked at the
oh
map.
yeah, it was Carmelita as well.
We found a hidden Mickey.
God damn it. And then between the two groups, and the third NPC group that's most likely now on fire, we discovered that someone was, one, manufacturing the feral drug, and another was manufacturing plastic fucking explosives. And the combination of an aerosolized version of the feral drug and a shitload of explosives doesn't sound like a great time. So, yeah. Double thumbs up.
Also, you found some books. Apparently, there's stuff about a place called Mossflower. There's a bunch of angry rats. Bunch of angry rats.
Oh yes. Oh Christ. Yes, that's it.
Welcome to Vermintide.
Otherwise, I can't flamethrower them because they're technically people here.
And after that, you all got on the comms and learned that Group 3 actually found out the location where stuff was going to happen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's where we're caught up.
So I guess we all head to the place where things are going down. That seems like the most, intelligent move.
Intelligent moves from us.
No.
Never.
Look, Ed isn't here to drag me down with his stupid friendship speeches.
Oh god! Now he's being very quiet today. What's she doing? She's reading She's reading how to make friends and influence people.
No. She's reading The Art of War.
I know she's just tucked that inside how to make friends and influence people.
Okay. Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, in which case Dred's like, Clawhauser, punch it. There's probably a power slide out of the parking lot or something.
Mm-hmm. I've been playing Arkham Knight, so I'm just imagining like all the ridiculous drifts from that game.
Well, tasing people out of the way as well.
While tasing people. Yep. I say when this is just like a normal SUV.
That's fine. Dred just leans out the window and tases people. It's just like home. I think I'm making Dred come off as too casually sadistic.
Only sometimes. The word you're looking for is efficient.
Fair.
You're playing a Kingdom Heartsified Dread. You can be a little bit of a cartoon.
If you do a job you love, and you'll never work a day in your life.
So you're just gonna have them tell you where to go?
I think Clawhauser's driving. I'm not licensed to drive here.
All right, so all three teams meet up, and you find yourselves in front of the Zootopia History Museum.
Ah.
Here? Really?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Carmelita holds up the blueprints, lays them out in the back of a car. This is what we found in the other hole. Blueprints of the museum. So if they're doing something, they're targeting.
Anything marked on the blueprints?
There's
Could I deep dive?
actually, yeah, go ahead and deep dive.
It's the one thing I'm good at. Where are my stats? There we go. 7, just. God damn it.
All right. One question.
Yeah, what here is not as it seems like a good one.
All right, looking at the blueprints, you see there's a lot of markings out there. It seems that the entry point is through whatever gallery is on like the left side of the building.
Okay. Yeah, Dredd will point that out. Well, whatever they're looking to do seems to be focusing around there, but if we all try to breach from that location, that's going to be the one direction they're prepared for. I suggest we maybe break up into 2 groups. One covers that entryway, the other one moves through the museum and takes them from the other side.
She Fu motions to herself and to Decade. It is just like stealth.
I should point out that it's midday, and
Oh, so
that
the place is open.
yeah,
Oh, tits.
She then looks back at the museum.
No stealth.
I say midday. It's like early afternoon, in case you
Yeah.
want to scout the place.
Maybe our best bet is to evacuate people. You know, bomb threat and all that.
If we sound an evacuation, it might force their hand. We need to get into position as fast as possible.
Also, I think I just solved the sensitivity problem. Move to push to talk.
Ah, fair enough.
Fu just just kind of like motions back there and just says,
Positioning inside.
and we'll
Yeah.
turn and walk. Intend to go to the said what wing was it of the museum?
The wing on the left side.
So the westernmost wing.
Yeah, so she's going to go to the westernmost wing from the inside and just appear to be just a porcupine going to the museum.
Okay, I should actually maybe like explain the layout because that would be smart. So the museum is 2 floors. The bottom floor is like a cafe and like a gift shop and stuff. It's free to get into. The upper floor is where the actual exhibits are. The westernmost exhibit is an art exhibit. So like an art gallery type thing. The northern one is
photography allowed?
photography is allowed.
All right. So that's what she is there for.
All right.
Eventually, something will happen and she will stop taking photographs.
The northern one is a historical exhibit on the history of Vikings. But it's furry Vikings, so it's basically wolves. So it's basically like space wolves, but minus the space.
And with more wolves.
And with more actual wolves. And on the easternmost wing is some sort of geological exhibit.
Okay. So we've got natural history, arts, and like conventional history all kind of divided up into separate wings.
Looks like it.
Okay then. So unfortunately, Dredd is still walking around very much looking not like a cop, but very intimidating and conspicuous.
To be fair, you are being joined by 4 cops.
This is also fair at this point, and there's not much we can really do to look inconspicuous.
Well, Tsukasa doesn't look like a cop. He looks like a cool detective. So he's also going to wander into the crowd.
Yeah, Dredd will hang back with the cops for a second. Well, evacuating right now may not be the best idea. Talk with the security here. Have them close down wings, starting with the west wing, just to make sure that we've got as few people inside here as possible until we know exactly what's happening.
All right. Do we want people posted in the other wings?
Probably a good idea.
All right.
Probably if Fu and Decade hadn't just walked off, maybe maybe we could have coordinated this. But nah, they're just going to go and have a look.
All right.
It's fine.
This seems to have been Tsukasa's general MO of I'm just gonna do my own thing and I don't care what your authority says.
Fuck the police. You are the police. Still, fuck them.
All right. So at that point, Chief Bogo goes and starts talking. Flashes a badge, talk to some people. You can hand out some orders. Where would you like the rest of the cops to go? Being Carmelita, Clawhauser.
So the north and east wings probably aren't going to be the main targets, but they may be needed there to like evacuate people should something go wrong. Whereas I'd imagine if they're going to start trying to hit the most amount of people possible, the main like food court's probably the smartest place to do that. And if not, it'll be the west wing. So I'd say split them up, but I'd say split them up evenly between north and east wings.
All right, so the NPCs are going to the north and east wings, and I guess that means you are going to the food court by yourself, or with one of them, because there's technically.
Oh, Clawhouse is coming with me.
Fine.
It's the food court. Let's be honest.
All right, perfect. So you head down to the food court, and Clawhauser immediately just like buys a pretzel and is just standing there. There's a really funny moment of you like standing there, very stern, looking around, and then like the camera pulls out a little bit, and he's like right next to you, just stuffing his face with a pretzel.
No, there's a very slow moment as he just raises a Slurpee to his lips. The frown does not change an iota as he does so.
Perfect. Meanwhile, up in the art gallery, the security does come in and it's like starts making announcements that for safety reasons this gallery has to be closed. Thank you for your patronage. The north and east wings are still open. North and east wings are still open if you are still looking. And starts kind of shuffling people outside. But Bogo does let you guys stay if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciated.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think it's time to deep dive on the wing. That's a roll plus heart, which I'm bad at. So that is a failure.
Which I believe you get an experience.
Yep.
Something you wish wasn't true.
Mm-hmm. So what do I see that I wish wasn't true?
So what you see that isn't true, you wish wasn't true. Okay, so you're kind of looking around the art gallery, and it's like, I mean, the paintings are valuable, but why would there be some sort of big attack here? I mean, maybe they want something, but like you have a sense for weird things, and nothing here seems weird. It's just a bunch of paintings. And then you think, what if this main art gallery is a distraction? And as you're thinking that, suddenly the far wall by some like maintenance areas just explodes out like it just explodes out, creating a hole in the wall. There's a bunch of smoke, and suddenly you hear some metal clang on the floor. Also, the alarm goes off, and suddenly the doors barring the galleries from the food court and like the main like hallway area all slam shut with like iron bars blocking them off. And suddenly you just hear ting 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 of like metal something, and you see like they're like what look like gas grenades rolling out onto the floor.
Well, I think
Where's it coming from?
Okay, so like basically the far back wall of the gallery.
Okay.
So-
Fu is gonna throw it back.
So your,
I wanna
your
say-
immediate strategy is no you.
Yes.
Push through stress with I guess either I want to say dark, honestly, because you're like saying F you to someone else.
Man, this character should have better dark.
Well, it's remember it's your links, not your.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, so that's only with push through stress, right?
Yeah, push through stress and some custom moves I have.
Okay. So then, so like the -1 that I have doesn't matter. It's just dark links.
It's just your dark links. Push through stress bottoms out at 0.
Okay. In that case, it is 8 or 9, but you know, whatever.
It's 9.
You know, can I actually spend a link to get a boost?
It's not a well. You use it to get advantage, which means you re-roll your lowest die.
Okay.
That being
That's
said, I am very generous with limit breaking. So if John can describe a way that Decade is limit breaking and helping out, or basically John can describe a way that he is assisting, then he can just roll and try and get you that +1.
how does limit breaking work again?
You roll with light.
Oh, you don't want me to do that.
Okay.
It's the assist someone move, basically.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So yeah, I get a
you
9.
don't want me to do that.
So 7 and 9. I will succeed at what I was attempting.
All right. So you throw it in, and then it puffs, and then you see like blue smoke, and then out of it comes a bunch of like a couple like 4 rats, dressed in like suits and wearing gas masks and carrying guns.
Or are they at least offended?
Oh yeah, no, there's some like dang. It's like, oh, they threw it back, and like and
The nerve of this porcupine over here.
How fucking
Yeah.
dare you?
Okay.
Now I'm gonna shoot you for a different reason.
So
Well, no, I wasn't going to shoot you before, but you had to throw the grenade back. We're in gas masks, so it doesn't affect us or anything. But seriously, man.
Those things are expensive. Just yeeting them all over the place. Goddamn teenagers.
all right. So seeing the armed rats, Decade will pull out his belt buckle and slap it on his waist. It turns into it becomes a belt, and this is actually probably the first time Fu or any of the party has actually seen him do this.
to be
He
fair,
takes-
I think Fu is the only person who sees it because I think they are the only person in that room right now.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
These rats
Yeah.
are so confused. This guy, they just run up and this guy in a really cool jacket whips his belt off. Like, okay, this is taking a turn.
No, he puts a belt on actually. So he takes a card out of the card case that's on his hip and
Kamen Rider.
tosses it into his belt.
Kiba.
And transforms into this guy, which apparently the image does not show up when I post that link. But he is now a bat-themed Kamen Rider.
Hang on a second, what was your animal form?
Bat?
Oh, you were a bat, okay, because remember that was about to be really incongruous if you were like a badger or something.
Nope.
Now, John, you forgot the most important part.
Oh, right. Henshin.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm surrounded by weebs.
hmm Also, his theme music starts.
Okay. Okay. Fu has no idea what to think now.
And
thank you
assuming
for this.
transforming is a free action,
Yes.
I am going to strike with intent
All
on
right.
these guys.
Almost.
All right, so that's a 10 plus. So I'm going to defend myself from harm and take control of the situation. I am now the center of attention, and they are not going to be shooting at Fu.
All right, you run up and you strike one, and they start open fire, but you dodge out of the way. And suddenly they're all surrounded. Oh my gosh, this is turning into Batman. But they all point their guns at you and are like, "Who the heck is this guy?" And are right?
Fu refrains from answering the question, "Who the heck is this guy with awesome?" Though she's tempted.
All right. After that quick strike and seeing you surrounded, we are going to cut really quick to. You're going to cut downstairs to the food court, where suddenly you hear an alarm go off and some metal clanging from upstairs.
Ah, God. Drock. Clawhauser, get these people out of here.
All right, sir. And he's actually surprisingly efficient at managing a crowd, at least in a very calming. Like he's good at keeping them calm. And it's like, okay, guys, just let's start heading out the front door. Come on, guys, right up here. And starts beckoning people up.
Yeah.
Until you hear some screams from the back of the food court, and you see that a couple of strange-looking creatures have popped up.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Dread's gonna hop up onto a table, probably sending like a chili dog flying, and and survey the situation. A blue hedgehog looks very affronted as he runs out the door.
As he announces, "Smell you later."
Urge to shoot him in
Way
the back.
past cool. Yeah, you see 3 of those things popping out of the shadows and start accosting people.
Crud. Yeah, I suppose Dread is just going to. Are they like, when we say accosting, are they just like the ineffectual dancing around of, haha, I'm an NPC antagonist and I'm not going to really achieve much, or this is the, oh god, they're actually attacking people.
Right now it's the first, but they are approaching menacingly to some civvies who are like.
That's fair enough. Yeah, Dread's gonna just storm over there, get between them and the little gremlins. Just barking at the civilians, like, move back, leave.
They start scrambling away and trying to get away as the soldiers start approaching.
Yeah, it was just you are hereby charged with illegal entry into a plane that is not your registered domain. Leave now, and you will have a suspended sentence. Persist, and I will judge you myself.
They're going to try attacking you.
Wrong
Actually,
answer.
they don't react and just come forward and start like swiping.
God damn it, I have to try. So, should I defend from harm? Seeing as I'm assuming Dread is at this point kind of tanking it because he has to. He kind of has to.
All right, go ahead and roll defend from.
Oh yeah, that's when I roll with a -1. That's a 6.
Do you want to spend a link to try and read?
To be fair, it's that where I take a harm and the situation escalates, and I just want this. I kind of want this to escalate. So yeah, I'll just take that as it comes.
All right, so you take that harm, and then suddenly you hear you hear over your police comms. You hear Judy like, "We got more in the East Wing. We'll try to hold them off, but we're trapped in here. The bars are down."
Right. So I need to find the security control station. Arse. Right, well, I suppose right now do I want to do more than anything else? Oh, I've got to take care of these guys before I can get to the security station, otherwise they're just going to go off and hurt someone else. Right, I'm going to strike with intent. The lawgiver is out, fucks have been jettisoned, it is time to put these bastards down.
All right, go.
Okay, let's go. Do I want to spend a link to reroll a 7? You know what? I think I will. I'll spend my link with Nick. Because that smug, goddamn smug has been making me want to shoot him with a taser round this entire day.
Everybody hates Nick, and it's I forget whose fault it is. I think Foo's combined with.
Still came out as an 8, so partial success. I'll deal harm and just out of character question, just for a hot second. Dealing damage to multiple targets. Is it a case of group deal damage to it until it goes away, or is it individual targets?
Depends. A lot of stuff, especially Heartless, I'm going to have like Moog squads. So
Okay, so just doing a lot of damage, just sort of ganked a lot of them.
Pretty much.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I'll deal harm and then I'll deal great harm.
All right.
Yeah, Dred just mutters
bang.
Mutters rapid fire, and Lawgiver just goes to automatic.
All right, you blast through 2 of them, but that third comes in and manages to get another hit in.
Son of a bitch.
Just basically like flying kicks you right in the chest, and you go tumbling off of the table or whatever.
In hindsight, this table was a bad idea. Goes crashing into a chair. Ah!
You ever try climbing on a food court table? They are notoriously unstable.
Oh yeah, almost like they're designed to not let people start jumping up on tables.
All right, we're gonna cut back after that. Foo, Decade. Decade is still surrounded by people. There's 4 of them. 2 of them are dropping their guns and pulling out various melee weapons. One has a baton. One has a knife. While the other 2 still have their guns trained on Decade.
Well, Fu is going to. Is there like a chair nearby?
Yeah, there were a couple of chairs, like a little rest
She's
area.
gonna crunch a chair over the back of a rat's head.
All right, roll to strike.
That's a miss. So I take a harm.
And you take an experience. Yeah, so you go up to are you gonna crack one of the gun guys, or are you gonna crack one of the melee guys?
The knife boy. Well, no, a gun boy. She's gonna crack a gun boy.
All right, you go for the gun boy, and he just turns and like you go to hit him, he hears you coming, and just like turns and smacks you with the butt of his gun. And like seeing you as just like some random civilian who isn't a threat is going to turn back to Kiva and says like, let's deal with this Joker. And the knife boy and baton boy are gonna come for you.
So instead of defending myself from harm, can I just like counterattack?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So Cicade's going to pull his card case. It's going to transform into a sword because that makes sense, and kind of swing at these guys. And I am going to spend one of my current distance to gain advantage on the roll. For absolutely no effect, I fail. So I'll take that harm.
You can still spend a link, by the way. You can like keep spending links and distance until you're satisfied with your roll. If you really,
Yeah, I'm going to spend my link with Navi. Who needs that link?
Ha!
Oof.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not going to.
did you fail again?
I failed again. No, it's fine. I will just fail this.
Yeah. Okay then. So yeah, you go ahead and start trying to block them, and they, and like you manage to block the baton guy, but then the knife guy comes in and gets a good cut, and there are sparks flying everywhere as you're hit. It seems this attack was effective, and they're like,
I mean, it was questionably effective. It depends on whether or not they think they understand that sparks means damage in the language of Common Rider.
but yeah, they start shouting at you to like, get down off the ground now, and stuff.
All right, I am going to Let me just double check. I think I'm going to try and even the odds. I'm going to take a different card out, and I'm going to try and cast magic. Let's see if I can do this or not. And yes, I can in fact cast magic. So, Decade throws a new card into his belt, and that.
Attack Lido. Illusion.
And now there are five of him. So
All right, so was that a 10 plus or a 7 to 9?
it was a 7 to 9. So I pick one. So I guess technically I'm creating an illusion, even though that's not really how Decade's illusion card works. It just makes duplicates
Creates
of him.
multiples. Yeah, I know. So yeah, so they start looking around and they start freaking out. It's like, what happened? There's so many of them.
Mhm.
Now Fu is going to try again because now that they're continue to be distracted,
Go ahead, roll them bones.
she picks up the broken part of a chair, of the chair she just broke. That was a lot more effective. I got a 9.
All right, so choose one.
I will strike with intent. I will defend myself from harm.
All right. So yeah, you just managed to clock one upside the head, and they crumple like a, they just crumple under your blow. And they're on the ground, and they're still freaking out about the fact that Decade. It's like, ugh, oh, what happened? One of us is down. Let's get over it. And they're still freaking out. Nani. All right, so with that, we're gonna cut back to Judge Dredd, who is currently on the floor after falling off of a table after getting kicked in the chest by a shadow.
It's appropriate enough. In the food court, I just ate shit.
Zing.
But yes, I'm also halfway up my arm track, which is kind of concerning. I didn't realize quite how fragile I was. This is apocalypse world levels of fragility.
Yeah, that's PBTA.
Mm-hmm. I'm just so used to playing Dungeon World where you actually get quite a lot of HP. Oh Jesus.
I've also just realized that my other group rolls a lot better than you guys.
Yeah, there's been a lot of not necessarily brilliant rolling. Right. Assessing the situation, Dredd is realizing that wasting time fighting this last one is probably detrimental to the other people who are stuck in those other locations without a way out. So if I go back over to the moves again very quickly, I am going to basically book it for the security station and try and unlock the security doors. What would you consider that to be a move for?
That would be push through stress. Give me a moment to think. I want to say
Mastery?
Yeah, I mean you're showing off your prowess and your technique. So
That's
yeah,
fair enough.
And screwing with computers.
That's fair enough. So I suppose blue eyes, full hearts can't lose could probably apply here.
Yes, it would.
Judge Field Ops training. Nice. So yeah, Basically, this is...
Except I believe that your Anderson link is still spent.
Oh no, of course we haven't had enough time to actually reset that, have we? Never mind then. I'll still do it through. What do you want to roll that with? Mastery.
Mastery, so it's still +4.
Oh, it's the amount of links you got under mastery. Damn. Didn't
Most of
realise
stress
that.
is roll through the links. Yeah.
Watch this. Oh yeah. Still a 9.
10 plus.
That's a
Oh
9.
come on.
You should have seen me playing Dungeon World last night. I think I did. I got one partial success in 10 rolls. Oh god damn it.
All right, so succeed at what you were doing. You run up the stairs. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to be nice because of how bad you rolled and because you're down a person. I'm going to say Navi flutters in and starts distracting the shadows, so you can roll with it.
So should we gently nudge that to a 10?
I roll with advantage means you roll a third d6 and take the 2 high.
Okay, so that's a 2 and a 3 plus. Okay, I'll take the 5 instead of the 2. So
I believe that bumps you up to 12 then?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, that bit bump me up to a 12.
All right, so
I was waiting for just a 1. I was waiting for just the dice to be like, no, fuck you. You can't have nice things. So yeah, I will succeed at what you're attempting, and I will ask a question about this scene.
what is your question then? So yeah, you get up, you like really quickly run upstairs, you find a security booth, and you run inside and start messing with the computer.
Okay. I'm going to ask, are these Heartless taking advantage of the situation, or are they part of the situation?
You think they're part of the situation. You realize you're looking. First of all, nobody's attacking the Viking wing. There are people panicking there, but you're looking inside. There's nobody there because they're like security cameras because you're in security office.
Yeah.
And you look into the magical rock wing.
Magic. If you said magical rock, I might have thought they might be a bit more popular. Okay.
We'll see. There. You didn't go in there, so who knows what's in there? But it's the geology wing.
Oh, magical rocks.
Over in the geology wing, like you can see that there seems to be someone ordering the Heartless around.
Crud. Okay. Like a rat? Or...
Yes, they actually look kind of like this. Let me find a good...
It's Fievel. I should have known.
They look like that.
Oh. Well, that seems bad. Why is he wearing a rat skull as a fucking cinch for his cloak? That's just
because he's just that evil.
Fair play. Okay, but first and foremost, he's going to hit the emergency unlock for the gallery and the other exhibit. Get these people out of here.
All 3 exhibits are just the... they're all on the same button, actually.
I was going to say,
so, yeah,
it's just an emergency override.
Yeah, you hit the button and boom, 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 the metal gates open. Everything is connected now.
Turns back to the doorway, can most likely hear this last little gribbler scratching. It's like, right, you. And he's probably just going to punch a shot through the door and try and tag this last one.
I want to say that to use magic just to make it so impressive, but
if you don't mind me doing that,
yeah, go ahead.
because I'm actually better.
You're
with...
shooting it through a door, and at most you can do 1 harm anyways, so it's
oh
fine.
Fuck me sideways. That's when I get the double 6s. So that's I think.
Pick 3.
Yeah.
So causes 1 harm, I assume.
Okay, yeah, causes 1 harm. has no unintended consequences.
May I
Oh.
make a suggestion?
Heals 1 harm.
I was gonna say open something. You bounce the shot to open some of the doors.
What, in a building full of panicking people, I use a ricochet shot blind.
I mean,
I appreciate.
you did roll double sixes.
I appreciate.
I
I
mean-
appreciate it. I don't think Dredd would be that reckless.
Plus, I mean, like, there are 3 major doors and they're all open now.
Mhm.
Yeah. Would it be okay if I flavored it as the 1 harm and the no intended consequences of the shot, and then just once he's done that, he just looks down at, and just pops open his field kit and starts patching himself up.
They heal that 1 harm, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, thank you. just
All
bang,
right.
and then from the other side of the door.
We cut back to Fu and Decade. So you're starting your little bit of battling, and suddenly you hear the gate open behind you. There are panicking people and stuff. And also, you did hear over the comms that about how like stuff's going on in the geology wing.
Okay, so are we done with the rats in here, or
There are still 3 in there,
okay?
but they're freaking out about the fact that you have elude.
Okay. Yeah. So Decade will tell Fu, get to the geology wing. I'll finish up here.
Understood.
And then
Alright.
she'll run off, holding the other piece of a broken chair.
Yep. And Decade's going to pull up a 1 more card, and we'll see how this turns out. Let's see. What can I spend a link on again?
You can use it to get advantage, which means basically rolling a 3rd dice and choosing the highest of the 3.
Yep, no, I'll just take a. Oh wait, no, I have +2 dark. I actually got a 10+ on that. Never mind. Yeah, so I got 10+ on strike with intent. So I am going to defend myself from harm and deal great harm, and then I'm also going to spend my last point of distance to deal an additional point of harm to finish this off. So he tosses this card into his belt.
Final attack, Lido. Kiba.
I love this so much.
Oh,
Great.
John is just having a great time here.
the
I
meme
am.
density.
I've been waiting for sessions to pull out my soundboard and actually use it. And so the right leg of his suit will burst open. He jumps,
Sorry.
flipping completely upside down, hanging there in midair for a moment as if he were hanging from the ceiling before descending upon the remaining 3 rats. Slamming into them and creating an explosion shaped like Kiva's symbol, which I don't have a handy reference for, but
Is it the weird bat thing on his belt buckle, or
it's similar. The I'll see if I can find a picture of it, but effectively, it's kind of a bat-looking symbol. And I'm guessing 3 harm will take out the remaining 3 rats.
Yeah, the 3 rats go down. And, they're all lying there injured and stuff. And, Fu, meanwhile, you run out. Nice. You run out towards the geology wing, and you can see Carmelita and Bogo are actually leaving the Viking wing to head towards the geology wing.
Okay.
And it's a little bit hard as people are trying to run away, pushing through, so you're going against the stream of the crowd. But finally, you do make it through, and you're in the geology wing. And there are some soldier heartless there, and Nick and Judy are trying to fight them off. And there's also that rat I showed earlier, with the purple cloak and the eye patch and stuff.
Okay.
And his one eye that he has is golden.
Food gets there, and holding holding this chair leg, points it at the rat and says, "Identify."
Some little girl thinks she can take on Clooney the Scourge.
Stupid name.
You won't be saying that when I'm through with you. And Carmelita starts reading him his rights as she surrender now. You have the
Right to remain
you have the
silent.
all that stuff.
Please. I would really appreciate it.
And he's just once again sends some soldier heartless as he starts walking through looking for something.
Yeah. Oh man. So what's the biggest problem here then? Probably him. He's probably the biggest threat.
Well, you would have to deep dive, but you're going to assume so, yeah.
Yeah. Because he's able to command the Heartless. So yeah, she's gonna take that chair leg and run at him.
All right, roll for it.
I get a 10.
Oh, dang, nice.
I will defend myself from harm, and I will do great harm.
All right, you just approach him, and suddenly he goes to pull out a knife before you can do anything. You just smack him right upside the head, and he stumbles back, and he grabs his head and is like, tougher than you look. Guess we'll see how Well, I guess we'll see how porcupine tastes for dinner. And starts trying to attack you. Cut back to Dread. You're in the security office.
I am, and I've probably just seen Fu hit a rat over the head with a chair leg.
Yes, you did.
Is it impressive?
There's an affirmative grunt. Not bad. Right, so from the cameras, who looks like they're having the worst time of it?
I think it's gonna be Phil. She's the one who's she's alone. She has Carmelita and others.
Well, yeah, basically all the NPCs are in that room.
Whereas Decade is kind of Batmaning his way
just
through
finished
these
off
mooks.
them.
Yeah. Fair enough. And in terms of the amount of
Did
civilians,
some crazy flippies. Oh yeah, that's right. You don't see Sukasa. You just see some weird guy in some weird Power Rangers suit. beating up guys.
As long as he's beating up the baddies, cool. Dredd has already come to terms with the fact that he's fighting alongside the Rainbow Coalition of ass kickers, so whatever. But I'm assuming
I like that name.
Rainbow Coalition of ass kickers. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So yeah, I mean, as long as most of the civilians are now either filing out or have already gotten out, he's probably going to go over and help out Fu.
All right, yeah. So you run into the room. You can see there are a bunch more of those soldier heartless that you fought. All the NPCs are fighting them in their own different styles. Bogo's just ham fisting, punching people, and Carmelita's got her gun, and Nick and Judy are hopping around, quick and doing a bit more of a strikers type combat. And then there's Fu, who's beating up a rat in the back of the room
with the chair leg of truth.
Yeah, what's it gonna do about it?
Lie there and bleed, most likely.
Yeah, he is.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly just activate one of my moves, which is He Who Strikes First Wins. So I've got time to take time to analyze the combat situation. Oh no, it's before it starts. Bollocks. Never mind.
I'll let you have it if you're just gonna sit in the back and watch the situation.
Just analyze things for a second. Actually, to be fair, I don't think that would actually help at all. Like, there's nothing I think I could do other than way into the fight that would actually help people.
I'm very generous if you have any other questions, like even though it's not technically what that moves.
Well, no, I for that kind of thing, I'd probably want a deep dive.
That's fair. So you're just going to wade into combat?
Unless
you do want a deep dive.
I actually will deep dive, just so, because we're in a... If the main... If main rat is here, then that's probably a sign that this is an important room to be in. So, which is roll plus heart.
What's up?
That is an 8. Because once again, I'm rolling a lot of 3s.
Alright, so you ask 1.
What is the biggest threat here? And I mean
the big rat that Fu is beating up.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking like that.
Now the biggest threat is Fu.
Or whatever clear target they had here, or whatever. But yeah, if it is mostly the rat that Fu is currently kicking the tar out of, then fair.
I mean, you do get the impression that there's something in this room that they wanted, but like, there's not like, I mean, there is like some big fancy one specific gem on display that's like the centerpiece of this entire exhibit, but like, there's no like, this is a uranium rock that they're trying to steal.
Why would they have a big lump of uranium in the middle of a goddamn public museum?
Oh man, I can't believe someone broke in and to steal our weapons grade uranium.
Hey, free cancer. Too much? Too much.
Yeah, too much.
Sorry.
No, I don't actually care.
No, it was funny. It was funny.
Sorry.
I was just being a jerk.
Oh, come on, Nate. You know we know we love your jerkiness. Jerking.
Yeah.
No, that's bad. Ah, god damn it.
Please keep flirting with me on stream.
It's fine. It's fine. Horny on main is pretty much my tagline at this point.
It makes me very happy.
I mean, I'm currently reading through an erotic Minotaur visual novel, so meh.
Oh, nice.
Oh, anyway. Moving swiftly on. Oh god. Okay, considering that no one is going for like the classic glowing rock of unobtainium or whatever bullshit, Dre's just gonna shrug and open up on these heartless soldiers.
All right, so roll them bones. This is gonna be strike within 10, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's weird. It's Dread is kind of shit at shooting people.
Cast magic. More than one entity causes one harm. Boom.
Once again, I roll a fucking 4. Do I want to do I want to spend a link? Oh fuck
It's
it!
up to you, man.
I'll spend my link with Kamen Rider because where's that douchebag when everyone else is fighting for their goddamn lives? Let's re-roll. That just inks it up to a 7. I'll take it.
Perfect. So choose one option.
Yeah, I'll say take control of the situation. So just basically Dreb will just start helping coordinate everyone so we're no longer brawling. There is now a semblance of trying to contain these guys and force them back.
All right. There is a little bit of brawling just because of like combat styles.
Oh, yeah.
But like no, there's a concerted effort to just, focus fire. You do take one harm as you do get hit again. But
Damn it!
but yeah, they start kind of like pushing back the Heartless, and then there's just Fu and the Rat while everybody else is kind of coordinating. Decade, you have finished the fight, but apparently there's stuff going on in other places.
Okay. Well, as per the rules of Kamen Rider, when I finish a fight, I have to detransform.
Of course.
So yeah, I will head over to the other side of the we're in a museum, right? Yes. Yeah. Museum. Sorry, I lost that word for a second. Yes. So yeah, he'll head over to the other side of the museum and see the now semi-organized brawl going on. And I think he's gonna deep dive because he wants to figure out what the plan was. Because it seems like the plan, whatever it was very bad.
That might be it. It really might just be it. The plan was just bad.
All right, roll that deep dive.
Yeah, because it seems like they're generally handling things without him. Just barely. So, what here is not as it seems.
All right, so you end up looking at that centerpiece while everyone is brawling, and like there's a lot of like very normal gems and geodes and pretty stuff, but at the very center is what's labeled as the mysterious space opal. And you can see that in this glass case there is this like a perfect oval shaped opal sitting on a stand, and you get the impression for some reason that that's what they were after. And basically it says this mysterious rock fell from the sky, but the fact that it was perfectly shaped like this, people think it might be aliens or something like that, and it's just on display because of like, why would a natural space rock be this perfectly formed, especially after falling from space and landing on the ground? And you also get a little bit of weird vibes looking at it. So
okay, can I okay, so I don't know if this is technically a small scale retcon, but can I spend my link with the Destroyer of Worlds to innately know something about this object? You know, in that weird way, Tsukasa just kind of knows stuff about worlds he's visiting, despite having no reason to know them?
You know what? I'll say sure. Um,
Okay, so
so you're looking at it and you're thinking about it, and you feel like you've heard some legends about magical stones that can be used that are basically powerful artifacts, and you you think that having one could make you a great tool in the war between the light and the dark, whichever side has it. Uh, you don't know exactly what this is, but you remember hearing about it somewhere, that there are artifacts of power, and that you're pretty sure you remember hearing this stone is one of those artifacts.
cool. All right. Oh, also because I use my uh uh
Your locked link,
locked
it goes up.
yeah, my adversary track goes up by 1, negating the part of it I lost due to using up my link with Navi. Okay, well, um, I think that being a smug asshole, Sagasa is going to just like break the case and grab the stone and say to the rat that looks like he's in charge, uh, I think this is better off in my hands than yours.
All right. As you pick up the stone, something happens, and I'm going to send you a PM. Feel free to share it with the class once I've sent it, but it's yours to share.
Okay.
Concern.
Eh.
You're too busy still whacking that rat.
Yeah.
Just imagine
How to get a new chair?
Just imagine this rhythmic squeaking and whacking noise. Just. It's more of a guinea pig. Never mind. I feel there might be some furious communication between John and the GM right now.
Yes.
If it's serious, it's only one side. I'm still waiting.
Oh,
It's a
fair.
login. Sorry.
So, how about that sports game?
Oh man, I love the sport.
What did you think about player?
Like I hate player though.
I know. I thought other player was better.
Yeah, other player is so much better. But really, I just the thing is like I hate player, like, you know, because he voted for Trump.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, player plays for team, and the teams. That team's just like that.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man.
You
It used
expect,
to be cool,
you expect
player.
better. Yeah, I mean, kids look up to player.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, when
And
I
here
grow
you
up,
are, just
yeah.
it's a damn shame.
That's what you see when you pick up the stone.
Did you see something cool?
Hold on. I just wanna clarify. I need to also double check our list of named NPCs to see if it's the one I'm thinking of. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what you see before you continue to be smug.
Hmm.
So that happens the moment you touch the stone. Do you continue with your taunt?
Yeah, without breaking stride, this is. Yeah. Yeah, Sukasa will like put the stone in a pocket and nonchalantly, completely normal, as if he didn't just almost feel the experience of his own death in a weird vision thing.
Oof.
I hate it when that happens. For me, it happens like every Tuesday, but I really don't like it.
Oh
We're
god.
with you every Tuesday.
I know, but Eddie's normally here as well. That tends to do it.
Yeah. Like I haven't experienced it today, which is good. It's nice.
We're eliminating the variables.
Oh. All right. At that point, Clooney is like, "No, that's my stone," and like, we'll try attacking Fu again to get past you to go for the stone himself. So roll to defend yourself.
All right.
Fu.
I will defend myself. Defend from harm. That wound up being a 9. So I will expose myself to danger. He comes swinging, and she ends up like breaking the chair leg, and
Yeah,
she
you have been disarmed. Yeah. Yeah, so now you have a very angry rat and you have no weapon. What do you guys do? The Heartless are being pushed back.
I mean, no, Dread's probably been sort of just surveying this, trying to deal with the fact that he's had the shit knocked out of him quite severely so far today. And once he sees Fu's chair leg go, we'll probably just go, right, taking that guy out is probably not a terrible idea. And yeah, he's going to just plug the guy with a taser round.
All right, so that sounds like you use magic.
I was going to say strike to subdue.
Oh, that works too.
So mastery. Seven, just. I'll get like a 5, and then the other dice is like a 1. Oh god. So.
And now you guys know why making a lot of links is important.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose de-escalate the situation is probably the best move. Because I can't exactly take consciousness from him, so and forcing a change of location won't make any sense. So yeah.
All right, so you know what? Technically, you're supposed to take harm, but you're not going to take it. It's fine. Yeah, you just shoot the taser round, and like, it's very dramatic because like Fu is slowly backing up, and it looks like he's about to attack Fu. And suddenly you just tase him, and he's like, oh, and then falls. And then with him gone, like the Heartless start to back away and dissipate into the shadows again.
Yeah.
Fu lets out a deep sigh and just says, "Appreciated."
No problem. Book him, Bogo.
With pleasure. And Bogo pulls out the cuffs and, cuffs him, and as, he's like breathing heavily and, barely able to walk on his own. It's like, starts reading him his rights properly this time, and they take him back to the cars and start putting him in.
You have the right to remain unconscious.
Yeah. Nick and Judy are just like, what the heck are those? Like freaking out.
Yeah, from what we can understand. Dredge kind of pauses, realizing he doesn't actually know that much either. Then just kind of shrugs. Perps.
Okay, so Sugasa is going to like go over to Dren and like whisper to him, "Okay, I need you to back this play."
Okay, whatever you do, do it before Dredge can even respond. Just immediately launch into it, please.
All right, so he turns to the highest authority of this world, which is Carmelita Fox. Says, "Okay, so we're just gonna need to take this this stone here for important evidence and research because it was clearly their goal, and we just have better facilities for this. Of course, you can check with my judge friend over there. He can fill you in on all the details, and he'll just turn and leave."
I kind of want you to roll convince someone, but also for out of character reasons. Not out of character, but like for stuff you don't know. I don't think you're going to need to. As you start walking away, she looks to you and says, "Hey, wait a minute."
Sugasa will casually turn back towards her.
Do you pose when you turn?
Yeah, probably.
Nice.
He'll lean casually against the nearest object.
Which is probably one of the other cops. Clawhouse is just puffing back in and you just lean on him.
Yep.
Perfect. You don't look like any private detective well, that's not entirely true, but you've got something different about you. Who exactly are you?
I'm just a passing through common rider. Remember it.
Boom! We got it! Woo!
Is that like a thing?
Yeah,
That's his catchphrase.
it's my catchphrase.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if I yelled and deafened anyone there.
Look, I got to make a Hawaii Five-O reference. I think he's allowed to make an in-character reference. So Dredd is just standing there like a confused idiot. His helmet not giving away his very perplexed expression.
In the back, Judy's like, there's got to be a lot of paperwork. Do you think you could, at least come help us with that?
John, you might be muted.
Sorry,
that was actually to the entire group as everyone's kind of going. Well, I don't know what Foo's doing. What's Foo up to, despite?
I guess like She honestly has no idea what to do next. Um. So Decade has left, right?
Yep.
What's is Dread sticking around?
I mean, Dred's just kind of looking a bit stunned at the moment. Just like, did he just, in front of me, steal something and walk off? The cheek of that motherfucker.
Fu gives Dread a nod and motions to herself, and then pursues.
Stomps off after Fu. We'll be back.
All right. So the three of
Curious
you
gem.
and Davi get together.
Hmm. Wondering why Decade was so interested in it.
Do you guys just meet up outside then, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
I mean, depends how far he's gone.
I mean, he's like just outside.
Yeah, just sees you, just immediately walks up. Walking off from a crime scene with evidence. What do you think you're doing?
Intolerable theft.
Decade will take the stone out of his pocket and put it in Dread's hand just to see if something happens when he touches it.
Give me a moment to type up a message.
Oh, for God's sake.
So how's the game going? Like with John, what's your opinion on the player?
I don't actually follow the sport. I follow the other sport.
Oh, that's real convenient. I follow both sport.
Oh, okay.
I really like it when team scores points over other team.
I also enjoy it when team scores points over other team. However, I think team is currently not running with the best players. I think they could use better players next season.
Oh yeah, they don't prevent other team from getting points, and that's not good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I don't like it when other team gets points on team. I much prefer the opposite.
And also, uniforms. Really? Those uniforms?
I much prefer the old uniforms from a time ago.
All right, there, sent.
Okay, Dredd just kind of holds it for a second, looks at Decade, then punches him in the face.
Fu holds up both of her hands and just says, "Not touching."
Good move.
Mm-hmm.
Next time you give someone something which, he just shakes his head for a second, clearly does something to the mind, warn that person first.
Look,
What did you see?
I saw myself getting run through by that man on a metal platform.
Which man?
What man?
So just to be clear, is that man a character we all were told about? Feel like it was, but
Probably just because they did kidnap Link, so it's innately tied. And, 2 of the SEA members were there to see it, 3 counting Navi. So it probably did come up at that person in white cloak with red accents is person of interest. And Biken probably mentioned they were called that man.
yeah, I assume being on a team with Navi has told us about it because Navi considers us all her friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Still, Fu asks,
What man?
You know, a white cloak with red bits on it. Stole
That
Navi's
man?
friend.
Hmm,
Yes.
I didn't see that.
Anyway,
And you got right
I
through.
figure. Right through the chest.
Fu looks to Dread expectantly.
Tangling with someone on a zeppelin. Somehow. I take a knife to the gut. And I fall. And he'll just fish like a bag out of a nearby trash can and put the stone in there.
Should return.
Yes, should probably have read the plaque on it as well before you started taking stones.
The plaque didn't say what it really was. This is a artifact
That
I could
shows you how
change-
you die.
that can change the balance of the fight between light and dark. If we leave it here, it's unprotected. If we take it with us, at least we'll know that people who understand the stakes will be there to protect it. You saw the officers in there gibbering about the Heartless.
Just kind of has a bit of a thoughtful scowl for a second. God damn it! When you've got no facial expression, it's very hard to convey things.
When your only facial expression is scowling.
Yeah, well, different variations of the scowl, but still.
Well, yeah.
But thinking about it for a second, he does turn to Fu. If this is about tipping the balance, this might not be necessarily a bad thing. This might be a warning. He kind of just raises the bag and goes, I leave it up to you. Might be
Folds
worth
her arms over her chest and thinks about it. And then she motions back behind them towards the museum.
Proper acquisitions.
fair. And yeah, he'll start taking it back towards the museum.
As you start going inside, the others start coming out to, actually arrest Clooney. They shove him in the back of a police car, and Clawhauser and Bogo get in and start driving, leaving Carmelita, Nick, and Judy with the 4 of you, counting Navi.
Yeah, Dread will raise the bag and hand it out to a Carmelita. Here. You do know what this does, yes?
I know it's important. That's all I know.
He will just gesture for her to step away for a second, and he will relay what he saw to her, and then point out that what he saw was different to what Decade saw.
And Fu will add to the end of that.
Dangerous artifact.
Nick and Judy look very confused. Carmelita seems interested. It's like, well, if there's something dangerous like that, it should be in the hands of the right people. People who can actually use it.
Fu will motion to herself and her companions.
The right people.
Yeah, she has it. She hands it back to Judge Dredd and says, "You seem like people that I could trust with it. Sure that there are other people who want it. And as much as I'd like to have it, I don't think I'm the right person for this type of job.
New employment?
I mean, I have been lying to you a little bit, but my Interpol badge still works, but I've been working private sector for a little bit. Much like your friend there motions to death.
Hmm. Uh,
She will then ask,
rat's purpose?
Well, you saw him. He's not from. uh, obviously, they're not from this world. We can put him in a jail, but if he came from another world to get that stone, then
World?
she looks at you somewhat knowing. And it's like, and just kind of, looks at you somewhat knowing and says, like, if he came to get that stone, and that's why the Heartless are here, then maybe it should be in more capable hands.
Fu just folds her arms over her chest and just says,
Forget everything.
and then waves a hand as if to indicate this whole case.
You just trying to Jedi mind wipe her.
No. No, she's not Jedi mind wiping. She's just she's giving a demand that she forgets this whole thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
She just kind of smirks and then walks past you and is like, I've got places to be myself, so I guess I'll see you guys when you see it. You guys keep that thing safe for me, all right?
What thing?
She says, smiling.
Trent doesn't quite catch that and just jiggles the bag a bit. This thing.
Looks at Dread.
Missed joke.
Joke?
And that's not a question as in he missed the joke, but as in what is a joke?
Baby don't
I
hurt
feel like
me.
that should be the end of the scene.
Okay, so since it didn't really happen, do you guys have any more links you want to make? I just want to make sure to remind you, since it takes a little while to get used to.
Yeah, I'll make a
making
link
links.
with Carmelita.
What type of link would you like?
I would like to make a let's see. Heart links are what again?
Introspective. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean you have a relationship with them, but you think about them and it makes you act differently and think about your own behavior.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a heart link.
It's I learned it by watching you link.
Right. The link basically being built around. Am I also cut out for this? I kind of got lucky with that chair.
All right, roll them bones.
I get a. That is. I get an 8.
Also, is your heart your highest or your lowest?
It's my highest.
All right, so you actually get a +1, which makes it a +9. So
Well, yeah, I mean, I rolled a 7,
all right,
so
so you
it'd be
can.
an 8 with the +1. So, what's the 7?
+1 because if you roll with your highest link,
Oh, okay,
so still plus.
okay.
So either you take the link you want, your link move doesn't go off, or your link move goes off and it's a different link.
I'll take the one that I want.
All right. Any other links you want to take, or does anybody else want to take a link?
Can I consider like slamming the stone that shows you weird visions into Dread's hand a act of establishing boundaries in a personal relationship and unlock that that link for a point of distance?
I'm gonna say no, because that's not establishing boundaries. You actually have to actively go and be like just because you weren't polite about it doesn't mean you were like, whoa, bro, chill out, man. We aren't friends.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to reestablish the links with Dread and Decade.
All right. So what's it
The
gonna be?
the
with
goal the
Decade?
goal being to try and lock Dread at lights and move Decade to dark. He's a sneak thief.
I was going to say I'm basically planning on doing the same thing.
All right. So Decade, roll
I
dark
get
and
to
blue. Dark
lock.
is also your
I get to lock Dread.
woo. So Dread is locked, and if you're rolling for Decade, remember you take a free experience because it's your lowest.
Okay. And that's a total miss.
So take a second experience as well.
Okay, and I actually advance. And what happens?
So do you still have your link with Decade?
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna move Decade to Heart.
Whoa. Okay, what does that mean?
Because like he got the MacGuffin, he was looking out, and like while he didn't beat the big bad guy that stopped the situation, you're thinking about like, you know, maybe he was a little bit sneaky and trying to do it in his own way, but he got the objective done. He like otherwise we might have just kept fighting the people and not known what was going on.
Dang, that's true.
Mm.
All right. Well, those are my rolls.
You were going to roll some as well, Luke?
Yes, I was. Right, so... So let's try and lock
I feel
this.
like, just out a side note, I feel like links should just be a thing that's done at the end of every session.
I mean, that I like that as well, and it just makes sense. But also, sometimes there's stuff that happens in the moment, and it can affect relationships. True. Like, I mean, just to use an example, to use the Clawhauser example, that happened mid-session where my friend was like, "I want to make a light link." Nope, it's a mastery link. And like after that, they started like following his every move and taking notes, and it was really funny. and that wouldn't have happened if they hadn't botched that roll mid-session.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
Or my other favorite, which you know is for a different world, which I won't spoil, but the person wanted to make a light link with like an archaeologist character, botched the roll, and got a dark link because it's like You know what? You've been through a lot of crap through your entire life, and you had to gather some artifacts in the middle of a horror movie scenario. You've been through the ringer. This guy's a pencil pusher archaeologist who works behind a desk, does research. He hasn't cut his teeth. Screw this guy.
All right then.
And it just completely changed the relationship.
Excellent. So I'm sorry, I'm just going back over the spelling of skiddly scoot. Brain is not braining. Ah, God, fucking damn it, help.
You're changing Decade to a Dark Link.
Yeah. Well, I spent it, so I'm assuming I remake. Decade was already a Dark Link.
Yeah, so because you don't have it, you can't lock it, so you just roll plus dark. And I believe dark is your lowest, so you get a free experience.
Yeah, light and dark are both my lowest, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 7.
All right, so you either reestablish that link, or I get to make the link whatever you want, and your link move goes up.
Yeah, I think we'll just make it as it is, because it makes sense for Decade to be a Dark Link because the guy has committed theft right in front of me, and then expose me to a brain melting rock, which showed me my own death.
It didn't melt your brain; it just gave you a vision.
I don't know if it melted my brain or not. I'm assuming it melted my brain.
Are you telling me Dredd hasn't dealt with cognito hazards before?
Oh, I know. He has. That's why he doesn't want to be overexposed without being properly prepared.
Okay, so keep that dark link.
Proper preparation and planning prevents piss poor performance. You know that.
And I believe you're going to try and lock Fu?
Yes.
All right, take another experience. So I believe you're at 4 experience now since I have your sheet open.
Yep, that should be up to 4. This just felt like a you look ready kind of thing. Fucking hell, that's a 4. So that didn't.
You know, I think I'm actually going to change. I'm going to try and change my link with Fu.
Oh no, to what?
I think I'm going to make it a light link. I think Decade actually likes you.
Aw.
All right.
Aw.
Well, first of all, I think I'm going to actually, since you boss, you get that experience as well. So I think.
That would actually let me advance.
All right. So then I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you a dark link with Carmelita, because here's this weird, mysterious person who knows about the other worlds and then just leaves, and even though she was helpful.
You don't trust her.
Yeah. Something like a Catwoman type thing, where it's like mysterious assistant.
Just without the sexual tension.
Just without the sexual tension.
I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe Dredd's into that.
We'll see. I mean, for all you know, like, you turned into furries on this world. She could be a human on other worlds.
Also, Dredd just might be into that. Like, no judgment here.
I'm thinking just Dread sexual orientation is law.
Justice.
Justice.
She is a cop.
Oh, dang.
Oh dear.
And then someone else gets the link. I'll think about those later, because I really don't want to make a move as hard as I want right now, because we're kind of in session.
Well, just so you know, Tyler, I have taken that move.
What
We got
move?
it?
Well, I got to take an
Okay.
advancement, so it's there. Let's not
Perfect.
say anything else though.
Okay.
All right. And now, John, on to changing the Fu link.
Yeah, no, I got a 8. I do get an experience because that was my lowest stat to roll, but I did manage it, and I don't actually have to mark my track because I'm just moving a link from one category to another.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want any other links to make though, or here's where I'd be mean and use my someone else gets a link to just hand links to Sukasa to get his track up because I'm mean. I wouldn't do that though.
I mean, you could. I could. I would immediately go to that person and tell them to f off and and turn that into distance. But
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think the 7 to 9, my link move doesn't trigger because my link move technically doesn't trigger anyway because it's a weird one.
You've got a passive link move is the thing.
Yeah, my link move is passive. The only way it goes off is if I roll a 10 plus because I took the just passing through. No, don't expect any more favors move.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, no.
Also, I because my link move did go off when I did dreads. I'm just healing harm.
that's fine. Which is great because you're going to clear harm in like 5 seconds.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, because like in this case, I assume it seems like you've done everything. You've got the artifact. Which is what your objective was: figure out why the Heartless are there and what they're doing. And unless you really want to go help out with paperwork,
I don't know. Are there any secret chests? Is there a mushroom fight that we have to do somewhere?
no,
Do
you.
skateboards suddenly spawn in that we can use to get around the level quicker?
Well, I mean that one is true, but yeah, there's no hidden secrets here currently.
Okay.
But you have completed your mission, and you. In that case, you're done, and you.
Get driven
unless you have
back to
anything
the
else you wanna
airport.
do. Yeah, you get driven back to the airport. You get your
Yeah.
gummy ship, and I assume make your leave.
And pop back into human form en route as we fly away.
Pretty much, yeah, that happens.
Always disquieting.
Yeah. Dre just kind of pokes around. Does this place have a shower?
Not your tiny gummy ship, but back on the base there is.
By the way, does Dredd ask about where Tsukasa was during most of the fight?
No, Dred's keeping that in a back pocket.
Okay, just checking.
He's not an idiot. He can put 2 and 2 together.
He did not see the bat. Oh, yeah, you did see the Batman though, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the kind of my ally who turned into a bat in Zootopia and then transformed, and then this other apparently non-associated person in a bat-like costume fighting
Was
the
locked
same
in the
people.
room that Tsukasa was locked in.
Yes. I don't have to be fucking Poirot to work that out.
Yeah, okay. Just,
Although Judge
Fu,
Poirot would be
however,
amazing.
will as they are in the space between worlds, she will get up from her seat, walk over to Tsukasa, and put her hands on her hips, and finally just say,
Explain yourself.
Tsukasa will lean back in his chair. Explain what?
Transformation? Armor?
Oh, that. Just something I picked up before somebody threw me off of my world into space.
Convenient.
I guess. I mean, so just a quick out of character thing. we stated that most of the first episode of Kamen Rider Decade happened as, you know,
As it happened
As
on the
sh-
show, yeah.
okay, including the part where you can move through worlds by passing through weird transparent walls.
Yes.
Okay,
Which is also how Narutaki traveled into the room with you earlier, but
right. I forgot that was a thing. Okay, yeah. Yeah, apparently it lets me move between worlds without. He taps on the side of the gummy ship.
She just frowns.
Shortcuts.
I guess.
She sort of like heads back to her seat and huffs and sits down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as she looks into the distant blackness of the space between worlds, she just wonders what Cypher's up to right now.
finally, as you cut through the space between worlds and nothing else happens, you do finally reach the fortress and pull into the boathouse. And Sydney is there to greet you with the usual hello. And you step out and you go through the door of the boathouse and you find yourself on the dock heading towards the fortress. When all four of you, counting Navi, notice something, but you have somewhat different reactions to it. Tsukasa, you notice it and you wonder, what is that doing here? The rest of you notice, I've been on this fortress for weeks before I left on this mission, and I can't believe I didn't notice that there's some weird photo studio here on the dock. And that's where we end.
All right then.
God damn it.
There's a photo studio. Shit, she's gonna process some photos.
Oh yeah. Wait, what? No.
She's gonna like, it's a photo studio. So she's gonna just have like a oh God, what are they called? A dark room? Yeah.
Yes.
The
Yes,
answer is
there's-
yes, but you'll see.
Excellent. She's gonna spend a lot of time in there. Just process the photos.
Nice.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, just stay away from the backdrop in the photo studio, and everything will be fine.
Nice.
The backdrop.
Literally,
In-
this is all from Kamen Rider Deck.
Aw.
Yeah, in Decade, his method of traveling through worlds is you change the backdrop in the photo studio, and the photo studio appears in a new world.
That is actually amazing. Oh god. All right. Shall I can the recording?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sounds good.